स्टूडेंट्स तीसरी और आखिरी मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग टेक्निक की डिस्कशन चल रही है एंड वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट टाइम डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग। हम लोगों ने टाइम डिवीजन मल्टीप्लेक्सिंग में देखा था कि किस तरह से आर इंडिविजुअल कनेक्शंस दे टाइम शेयर ओवर अ हाई बैंडविड्थ लाइन। लेट्स गो ऑन टू एन एग्जांपल एंड ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस टीडीएम प्रोसेस इवन बेटर। स्टूडेंट्स, हम लोगों ने सिंक्रोनस टीडीएम की एग्जांपल स्टडी की थी। This example relates to synchronous TDM as well, and this also relates to the concept of time slots and frames that we have already gone through. Students, in the figure we have got the data rate for each input connection, which is 1 kilobits per second. If one bit at a time is multiplexed, so the minimum unit, the smallest unit is 1 bit, what is the duration of each input slot, what is the duration of each output slot, and what is the duration of each frame? Students, सबसे पहले we are told that our data rate is 1 kilobits per second. Now students, this essentially means that our bit duration is equal to 1 divided by 1000 seconds, and this is equal to 1 millisecond. Students, our duration of the input slot will be equal to our bit duration, and that is equal to 1 milliseconds. Then we need to find out the duration of the each output slot. Or students, आपने देखा था कि duration of the each we are trying to create frames of 3 time slots each. So our duration is going down by 3 times. So t divided by 3, and therefore in this case the duration of the output slot is duration of the input slot divided by 3. So 1 by 3 milliseconds. And students, lastly, we know that each frame carries 3 output time slots: A1, B1, C1 in the first one, A2, B2, C2 in the second frame, and similarly we have got A3, B3 and C3 in frame number 3. So each frame is carrying 3 output time slots, so the duration of the frame in this case is going to be 3 multiplied by the duration of each output time slots, 1 by 3 milliseconds, and this is equal to 1 millisecond. अब स्टूडेंट्स, एक एडिशनल कॉन्सेप्ट है जिसको हम स्टडी करेंगे, एंड दैट इज द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ इंटरलीविंग। स्टूडेंट्स, इन द केस ऑफ सिंक्रोनस टीडीएम आपने देखा था कि जब भी हम इनपुट लाइन से टाइम स्लॉट्स को लेके फ्रेम कंस्ट्रक्ट करते थे, तो विद एवरी सिंगल टाइम टिक वी वर टेकिंग टाइम स्लॉट्स फ्रॉम ईच वन ऑफ द 3 लाइन्स. फर्स्ट टाइम पीरियड टी में we constructed frame number 1, and we had time slots from each of the 3 lines, A1, B1, and C1 in the frame 1. We had A2, B2, C2 in frame 2, and we had A3, B3, C3 in frame 3. Students, we can visualize this process of time division multiplexing as 2 fast rotating switches. Students, ये switch जो हैं, they are synchronized and they rotate at the same speed, but they rotate in the opposite direction. So as you can see, the direction is opposite in both the cases. Students, for every single time period, these switches, they stop and they allow the particular line, each one of the 3 lines on either ends, to either insert a time slot in terms of sending 1 unit onto the path, and on the demultiplexing side, when the switch opens in front of the connection, that connection has the opportunity to receive a unit from the path. Students, this process is known as the interleaving process. So, in other words, the time division multiplexing process is an interleaving process for example, in this case, the connection that is the line 1, line 2, and line 3 that are shown in our figure.